So yesterday, yeah, he had almost $15,000 in front of growth yesterday. The Dodge Ram and the Ford Focus, right? And then 20% because you got to keep going, right? So that you're not at 20 or 25 and 30, but yeah, 20%. He made $20 yesterday, right? So did that happen because he knew what we were in the cars? Did it happen because he was desking his own deal? Did it happen because he was quoting price on the lot?
We don't have an idea.
What mastermind do you think that he did on the deal to really professional his way there? Car guy his way there. Boom. So the process is your friend, right? Process, we all know, is what makes us money. And yeah, as I'm sitting behind the desk, I'm trying to sit there and figure out with both guys, how do we make every single deal $10,000 and $13,000 and $15,000? That's my mindset, right? I don't have a mindset of how do we just sell a car? How do we just eat by? How do we just figure this deal out? How do we just hope we can get to a deal? That's just not the right way to think, right? So how do we get those kind of grosses? We get those kind of grosses by setting our deals up for success, setting our deals up for growth. So it doesn't happen by mistake, right? Both of his deals were molded and shaped at the table. Both, right? There was payment bumps before we went outside. There was, if you found you the right car for the right money, would you buy a car right now? Yep, I would. Anything you have to wait for, or would you know the right deal when it hit you in the face? Because if you don't know when it hits you in the face, well, what are you going to keep looking for? You're an idiot. You just keep looking for it. Just take a look, and you don't even know when the right deal is. Right? So, today I want to focus on that's how do big grosses happen when you're inside the desk and you have your customer sitting over there waiting. But here's what I want to make sure that we're cognizant of today, right? Because every day, there's a flavor of the day, there's what we're thinking about, because you can't think about doing 18 different things with your golf swing at one time, because you want to do any one of them right. You know what I'm saying? So today when you bring in your folks, nothing more than 3 minutes until they have a pencil. And for you two, I'd like to get you two guys to be able to have the credit pulled, the trade already appraised, and the people sign a sheet saying, hey, if we make numbers, we're ready to go, right? And then I don't care what the loan to value is. Sometimes I hear conversations about, oh, it's 120% or it's 110%, or who gives a shit? Who cares, right? You think the customers over there talking about loan to value? No. So I want to have pencils go out without even having to put numbers in the computer. I can give any one of you a pencil on any one of these cars out here and look at what I'm in the truck, look at the ACV, look at the credit, the down payment, and go boom, 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 go. Because that's how deals happen fast, that's how deals happen with growth. Otherwise, I'm going to sit here for 15 minutes, get Bryce on the, when there's some deals, if we don't know, we don't know, we still need to send out a pencil fast because we can worry about getting it bought later. Right? Or how it's going to get figured out later. Sometimes our heads are getting too much into the details. And the biggest detail is we got a customer that's sitting there right now going, hey, yeah, I said I was going to buy a car if you got me a good enough deal, and I'm now collecting dust and frost, and it's been 15 minutes, and we still haven't got a pencil, and I'm thinking about the car and thinking about the deal.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I guess if you're going to sit there for 15 minutes and talk to your boss, and people are laughing and joking around, I'm going to get online. Yeah, there's Kelly Blue, but when they book out the car, right?
No.
Always wrong. Is it always high or always low?
Always low.
Always low. Right? So they're looking at the low book going, okay, getting online, finding the cheapest ones that have a bad car patch, and they're from the East Coast invariably on Craigslist or something, right?
Portland, salvage title.
Right, so they're looking at that, right? So now I'm ready for this guy, right? And here you come. With your monster pencil, right? And they're going, oh no. Right? Our deal's chopped. Lost credibility. Can't do it that way. somebody comes in here, Lee, you love that car? If I got you a good enough deal, would you buy it? We do some business? Okay. Have a seat here. You want something to eat? You want something to drink? You want some popcorn or some water? Okay, I'll be right back. All right. Hey, they said if we get the numbers ready, right, or the numbers right, they're ready to go. So I want a pencil. How quick?
3 minutes.
2-3 minutes tops. And you're back out there immediately, right? And you should be keeping an eye on your customer. If all of a sudden the phones start coming out, hey, right? Right?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be on the wrong. I hope he's just texting. Right? You got to go back over there. Because what happens when they're doing that and you come back over? Right? Well, at least it's put away. I am going to try and do this going forward at the next sale. So you guys remind me, you know how I am. But I want to do it so that when people are in our tent, we have this Wi-Fi service that they have to pay for to get online. Right. So just like, you know, he's out there with his military stuff, I can just see it, making sure the whole place is on lock. Nobody get on the phone. Right? So I definitely want to get to that place where people are like, we have to pay this. We don't got to pay for Wi-Fi. Anyway, unless they got the password for Wi-Fi. So, but it doesn't change the fact that we don't have that for now. Even if we have it then, we still don't want to have our deal sit there forever. It doesn't change the fact that we want to go up there and fast. Right? Where did big grosses happen? Huh? Yes.
After the test drive.
Yep. Do you guys go up there for a half an hour dissertation and come back with a first pencil flop?
Spend an hour.
Right? Your deal's set up right, and they're sold right.
Spend the time building the value in the vehicle.
How do we convince our customer that that's the right decision for them? Because you guys, a lot during the day, people are on this fence, right? And they're going, I don't know. Solve a problem. Are you the guy? Is this the truck? I don't know if I can get a better deal. What do you say to that? Yeah. Yeah. What happens when they start popping up? Do you ever have somebody say objection, there's a little bit of a flash of a concern, little check engine light comes on, and you're like, ooh, hope that turns back off. Right? It will turn the car back off, turn it on again, reset the system, see if it just turns off, and don't really want to address it, right? I might do that once. Right? But if there's a flash of a concern again, like, you know, what's a flash of a concern sound like? Or what? This is the first place I've come in. I didn't really come out to buy a car today, right? If they are talking like that and you're not picking up what they're laying down, then don't be surprised that half an hour to 45 minutes from now, they're still singing the same song.
I'm trying to build a value that's happy for you value in myself, and I feel something. I assume that they like me. I assume that they like the dealership. I assume that they like the inventory that we got. So,
I like that.
again, I'm trying to get value in where they at. Not that they in the tent in the parking lot.
Yes, so let me share with you guys for a second what that feels like, okay? So we're talking about the credibility and how we buy cars, our custom shop, and our company, and then their VIP savings, right? Those are all good things. But it's not enough sometimes, right? Here's how I look at it when I'm talking to a customer, either consciously or subconsciously. I look at it from the standpoint of, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Here's my best case. This is why you should find a yes verdict, not a no verdict. This truck, for what you said, specimen of the truck with the Carfax, Washington State history, no accidents, service safety and detail. This one's got the leather, the navigation, the moonroof. It's in perfect condition. Is there any way that vehicle could be a better specimen, or that was the top of the mountain already? Huh? So it's safe to say the car couldn't get any better. So now this comes down to the dealership that you want to buy from, the people that are helping you, which is me, and the money. So hopefully I don't screw it up. Right? And I'm not gonna. So if I give you the perfect vehicle that you could possibly give me better for your budget, and I got it right within your budget, what would you wait for? Why wouldn't you say yes? If when all the stars align, you want to wait until the next constellation of stars aligning happens to happen? I mean, you can sure go find plenty of wrong guys. You can sure go find plenty of wrong cars and wrong deals, right? That's easy to go find. I'll go with you. First place to go, right? But when everything aligns, it aligns, and that's when you're supposed to say yes. That's when it's supposed to feel good to say yes. I'm not going to pressure you. I already put the pressure on myself to make the right truck selection. Use my professionalism to make sure that I listened to what you said and even saved you money. His guy yesterday that we made the $9,000 deal on the front on. I don't know what that means. 1 to 2,500 truck. You wanted to do some pulling, right? What was he pulling? 7,000 pounds.
How often does things like that?
Right, but how often do we just say, okay, you want a 2,500? Okay, well, okay, we got 2,500, we got to figure this out, and, right? Sir, I'm a professional, I'm an advisor. I want to help save you money. Right? Is that okay if I try to help save you some money? What car dealership do you go to? You talk to the salesperson, you're trying to figure out a way to save you money. I'll go with you, let's go see if we can find it. You want to go? Oh, you don't? Because you know, it's like I do, you're not going to find one except right here. Right? So, I want to save you money, and here's why. I want to earn your trust and your respect. Right? And I also have the knowledge to be able to save you the money. So, sir, back in the olden days, you were right. Back in the old school, if you were in the north at 5,000 to 6,000 pounds, you might have been a good idea to get yourself a 2,500 truck. That's not the way it is anymore.
Right.
A new half-ton truck would do 10,000 pounds and get 20 miles per gallon, and you and your kids and your wife all be in here. Let me ask you an honest question. You want to put you and the kids in a half-ton truck that's nice and easy to drive around town, or do you want to lunk around a 2,500 truck that's not easy to drive?
Perfect scenario.
Right? You want to own the half-ton because it's easier to drive and it's more flexible to own. Right? And you get 10,000 pound towing capacity, and you get 20 miles per gallon. Or we can get you a 2,500 truck that you can spend 30 or 40
Big block
grand
at 12
on.
miles a gallon.
Right, and you know what those trucks do? They sit in the driveway because nobody wants to drive them.
That's exactly right.
That sounds pretty expensive to me for something you're not really going to use that often.
Right.
So, and they're like, well, we just envisioned that we were going to drive this. That's kind of what we pictured. We kind of pictured driving a truck. It was like that frequently. I'm like, well, man, but you're talking about spending 30 grand range, right? Well, yeah. If you're going to spend that kind of money, why not get more use out of it, right? What are you guys driving now? Are they that fancy? Are they that new and nice? Well, no, not really. Well, then if you spent 30 grand and got yourself a fancy half-ton truck, leather loaded cab and all the stuff, you probably find a reason to go drive that to the grocery store, wouldn't you? You want to drive that car. That's the one that you want to go have fun with. That's, you look at that in the driveway, and that's what you want to go drive, right? Or you could look at that 2,500 truck heavy duty sitting there. They're even talking about two-wheel drive. Do you really want to go anywhere in that at 12 miles per gallon? 65 and 40, right? So these are the conversations.